talk about what happens when you're in the green card process and your spouse abandons you or just disappears or discontinues the process. My name is Attorney Crystal. I'm an immigration and business law attorney, and I'm going to tell you exactly what your options are if you find yourself in this situation. I recently have had a client who I was helping through the process of filing a green card through spousal sponsorship. Unfortunately, their spouse abandoned the process and abandoned them as well. We already submitted the I-130 application. We also already submitted for her work permit and different applications such as the adjustment of status. We were only waiting for the interview to happen. Unfortunately, her spouse could not be reached or found, and so we had to start exploring options about what we can do for her to continue the process. So if you find yourself in this situation, here are some solutions. First thing we can do is we can try exploring VAWA, the Violence Against Women's Act. Within immigration, this is an option where abandonment can be considered a reason for filing for this. The VAWA Act allows you to continue filing and self-sponsoring yourself, so you would not have to abandon your application. So we would have to assess your case to see if this applies to you and what steps we would need to take. Depending on your specific situation as well, we can look into switching from adjustment of status to consular processing. For example, if you're in touch with the spouse and they're in a different country still, and they're not able to come back to the United States for the interview process, we can look into switching your application from adjustment of status to consular processing outside of the United States. Now, I would say you really need to speak to an immigration lawyer if you're going to try and use that option, because if you overstayed your initial visa, you will face a ban if you leave the United States. And so you really need immigration and an immigration lawyer's assistance if you're going to try to switch that as well. Ultimately, it's difficult to continue the process if your spouse no longer wants to continue the process with you. They are your sponsor, and if they're no longer willing, you are in a tight spot. So I do suggest speaking to an immigration lawyer as soon as possible so that we can see what options are available for you. If you overstayed your visa, it can make things even more complicated. I would not risk taking any chance. Most visas, you cannot change your status within the United States if you overstayed. So you really need to get to an immigration lawyer. If you find yourself in this situation, reach out to me, contact Visa Immigration Pro, and I'll be happy to help you.
Have any questions? Schedule a virtual consultation with our immigration lawyer. Call us.